wanted to talk about the comic book series Fight Girls by Frank Cho. This is written and drawn by Frank Cho, an artist sort of well regarded for his good anatomy work, let's say. And I don't just mean he draws sexy ladies, he also draws men in a, sexy manner as well. But he's obviously known as an artist over a writer. I mean, I've talked about his Savage Wolverine story arc before on this channel, and it's more of the same with Fight Girls. This is a story about a world where there is a sort of king and emperor. He wants a new wife, and in order to get that wife, they have a Hunger Games style competition with a selection of women from various areas around his world competing in a life or death competition that's on public TV for everyone to watch. And over the course of this competition, contestants are whittled down to the finalist who he will marry. But there also seems to be a plot going on in the background. Let's have a look at the book and talk more about it.
Right then, so we have got Fight Girls by Frank Cho. He writes and pencils, with colours by Sabine Rich. Now, this is published via Hour, and it follows the story of an empire where there has been the death of a queen, and the emperor wants a new wife. You have 10 women who are selected from various areas of the empire to compete for the privilege of marrying the emperor in this Hunger Games-like competition. The story starts off very quickly, transporting these women into a jungle environment where they simply have to get from point A to point B. Now, it's not that simple as you might expect, and immediately they start fighting between each other. Reasons for this are explained later on in the story that I won't spoil, because there are twists and turns right at the very end of it, but they've got bigger problems to contend with in the first instance, in the form of the flora and fauna. There are monsters coming at them. You get these good action sequences, good movement, great illustrations of the women fighting them off. It all looks very realistic as far as that goes. Though obviously you're not going to get a very realistic dinosaur come monster thingy eating a sort of saber-toothed panther. No, leopard even. It's just all good fun. This is like watching a B-movie. It is a fun ride. You take it for what it is, and you're always expecting something more extreme to happen around the next corner. And it's one of those stories where you never know who's going to lose or die or make it through at any given point. I mean, there are bits later on where there are people losing limbs, there are surprise recoveries, surprise deaths, and the main baddie is sort of seen to be this Xandra Blackwater character, number 7. Although whether or not she holds a baddie role has to be determined as the story moves on. What you get in each of the 6 issues is a little bit of B-plot where there's something going on around who the contestants are, and the Emperor's men investigating this. There was a favourite in the competition who goes very early, and the people that were backing her want to know who it is that took her out. I'm being purposely a bit vague because you'll have to read it to get the main story, but you can see they get dropped off on a desert planet for the next section of the tournament while people are looking into their backgrounds. And again, it's just great action. The art is fantastic. The story is fine. I think it needs to be a bit longer. In all honesty, normally I say books should be a bit shorter, but this could do with being a bit longer, so you get a bit more explanation about the characters' backgrounds and the beeline plot of looking into who they are and this sort of conspiracy that seems to be going on behind everyone. And it would just help build the world out a little bit more as well. Though the core story is fun, I think it would read best as a trade as opposed to individual issues, which is how I picked it up digitally. So look, I'm going to leave it there at the water level because don't want to ruin it beyond then, and there's something fun happens in the next panel anyway, even though you've got someone being dragged off by a pterodactyl while they've only got one arm. There is another surprise in the next panel. But it's a great story, a great read. You can pick it up cheap at the moment on Comixology in single issues. They come to just shy of the price of a digital trade anyway. No ideas what plans there are or what timescales there are for a print trade to come out at present.
That was a story. It's a shame there wasn't more about the underlying secret plot. That felt a little bit rushed at the end, but the artwork was excellent. The story and action was good. I just wish there was a bit more depth. It could have really been I suppose 8-issue run, and they could have just padded out a little bit more of that story. I don't think it would have been 12, because that would have padded 12 issues. That would have padded out too much. But if you took it to 8, just gave them those few extra story beats and those few extra moments to develop characters and plot, I think it would have been a really, really sort of stellar series. Otherwise, it's a good series. It's fun. It's a quick read. It's action based. Whether or not they bring out a full trade for this, I don't know. I just got a digital copies. We'll see. I would think about buying it in a collection edition if they did it in a reasonably priced for 6 issues collected hardback version in a sort of deluxe size, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure what the expectations are for that. Let me know if this was a series you were thinking about, didn't know about, or were interested in, and this may have changed your mind on it. Please feel free to give us a thumbs up if you got anything from this video, and thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe.